Unfortunately, we've all had situations in life where we lost a loved one. While we may not have their presence any longer, their spirit carries on forever.
Yeah, I have his ashes in my necklace right here next to my heart, so he's always with me.
I'm going to talk in sign language my mother gave to me, right? She was in a domestic relationship?
Yes.
An abusive domestic relationship?
Yes.
Right, the word abusive is rather significant here.
Physically.
This is the courtroom of Judge Frank Caprio, where people and cases are met with compassion. A different kind of judge. A courtroom like no other. This is Caught in Providence.
Sasha Lallier.
Hello.
Sasha, you have a overtime parking ticket on Dyer Avenue. Is there anything you want to tell me about this?
Well, it's been a rough year for me, so I didn't realize I had just lost my son, so I didn't realize that I had a ticket to pay, and I have one for the red light on Eddy Street. That was the morning that he passed away, so I was hoping I could get it dismissed.
How old was your son?
He was 13.
How many children do you have?
Well, 3. Well, I had 3, 2 now, and I have 2 grandchildren.
How long ago did you lose your son?
2 months ago, but he's been sick for the last year, so I've been in and out of doctors and, taking him to appointments and so forth, and he was due to have brain surgery, but he didn't make it. He passed away.
You have a red light violation on Eddy Street and Dudley Street. Were you going to the
that was
hospital?
the morning that I was not following the ambulance. They told me to go to the hospital, so that was the morning that he passed. I bring his death certificate, so you can see it's around the same time.
I'm not going to impose any fine at all. I'm going to dismiss everything.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I want to convey to you, for all of us assembled here today, our deepest sympathy on your son.
you.
Okay, I'm sure you're a great mother, and we
Thanks.
all feel for you. The last thing in the world I want to do is place any burden on you. This is all dismissed.
Thank you so much.
How are things with you? Okay.
I mean, a day at a time. It's as good as can be. That's all I can do.
Tell me something wonderful about your child.
About my son. His favorite time was the summertime. He loved to swim all the time. We got a pool in the backyard for him to swim in last year. He didn't get to make it to this summer to swim. And his name was JJ, Joshua Jr.
Unfortunately, we've all had situations in life where we lost a loved one. While we may not have their presence any longer, their spirit carries on forever.
Yeah, I have his ashes in my necklace right here next to my heart, so he's always with me.
From the Philomena Fund, I'm going to give you, Inspector Quinn, I'm going to give you $200 for you to use.
That's nice, thank you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much.
That would help you out.
Thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Is Mr. Ham here? Mr. Ham, you're charged with not having your seatbelt on. You're from Massachusetts, sir?
Yeah.
Bridgewater?
Yes.
Did you drive in from Bridgewater this morning?
Yeah, I did.
How long did that take you?
Almost 30 minutes.
Well, you must have been speeding.
No, I was speeding.
Oh, it takes longer than 30 minutes, Inspector Quinn.
Judge, for me to say Bridgewater, I think it takes 28, so.
This is your second seatbelt violation.
Yeah, this one was the first one.
Did you have the seatbelt on?
No, and I tried to pay, but they sent it back and then told me that I had to come in.
All right, I'm going to impose the original fine. It's going to cost you $40, What do you do for a living?
Right now, I'm working in a treatment center.
How long have you been doing that?
It's a new job, actually, because before that I was doing something different, sign language interpreter at a school.
How'd you learn that?
Grew up with it. Both my parents are deaf.
I've never experienced that, Inspector Quinn. Actually, the only sign language I've ever seen is like when people are speaking on the stage and someone is
Yeah.
interpreting that. Could you do that?
That was me.
You do that?
Yeah.
I got a good story, Judge. Yesterday, as a matter of fact, I was at my grandson's football camp. I took him yesterday to the football camp, and speaking with one of the parents there or whatever. Now, her boys were a little older than my grandson, but she said it's funny. She said, and then not to embarrass the boys or something, I thought this was rather cute or something. I guess, how do you say I love you in sign language? It's just one sign? She said, so my boys go like this, so I don't embarrass them, Judge. She'll go, bye, love you. They'll turn around and look, and they'll just, I guess, how do you do that? That's what they'll do to her. So they're not, seem to be embarrassed by their friends, but I thought that was an awful
Let me see that
great
again.
story.
Leave it up. I want to see if I can do it. You do it like this.
Two fingers in the middle, down. There you go. But face it this way.
Facing that way.
There you go.
So instead of the boys feeling they're embarrassed around their friends, they'll go, okay, Mom, and they turn around and they just give it the I love you, I guess, how he was just
Yeah.
doing
That's
it.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home today. I'm going to approach my wife. I'm going to walk in the house. I'm going to do this, right?
There you go.
And she'll say, what are you going, crazy? Now, I can remember that now, Inspector Quinn. You know why? I mean this because this is the evil eye,
The Malak.
right? Malachia. This is the Malachia, right? I remember when I was a kid up on Federal Hill, the old timers, when you do something wrong, they give you this, which was the, oh my God, don't give me the Malachia. All right. Why don't you ask me to give you a break? Because of any reason you want. Let me see how you would do that.
What's that?
I want you to, in sign language, ask me to give you a break. What does this mean?
Please.
Please.
I knew that meant break, and I knew
Yeah.
that meant please. Everything in between, Judge, he had me.
How do you say no in sign language?
No.
This?
Yep, and then to the thumb.
And how do you say yes? And maybe?
That's right.
That is so cool.
So this was your first language then, learning sign language?
Basically my first language, yeah.
And you,
Learned it. I don't remember learning it.
and you volunteer to do this as well?
Yeah.
You volunteer to help other people? Yeah. I'm going to give this guy a break, Inspector Quinn.
All right, 1 second. Now you have to, judge is going to give you a break. Now you're going to tell the judge, thank you, Your Honor, and have a great day, and do it in the sign language for him. Please,
Okay.
if you don't mind. Thank you.
I would love to.
Thank you. All right, I'll just tell him what you just said.
I said, thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
I'm going to talk in sign language my mother gave to me, right? Once more. This means if you do that again, right, you're going to get a beating.
All right.
You got that, Inspector Quinn?
You know what, Judge, I understood them both clearly.
That meant, Maron, you're going to get it when you get home. All right, that's my sign language. So we exchanged sign language today. Yeah, this was very educational for me this
Yeah,
morning, Inspector.
very
Quinn.
nice, very nice.
Drive careful on the way home.
I will. Thank you.
If not,
All right, thank you.
all right. Alexis Tutt. Good morning.
Good morning.
You have 2 school zone violations. The first one is on Child Street. Do you remember? This was at 12:40 in the afternoon. Do you remember that?
Yes, so my friend she's in a domestic relationship, so I was going to help her pack her things.
He was in
so,
a domestic relationship?
Yes,
An abusive domestic relationship?
yes,
All right, the word abusive is rather significant here.
physically.
Oh.
So I was going to help her get her things, and I'm not thinking like, oh my God, right after I passed it, I'm like trying to remember. But when you're in that state of mind to go help someone, the first thing is, get there as fast as possible.
Was she in imminent danger?
He threw hot oil on her, so I guess you would say that's,
He threw hot oil?
yes. So I just got the call. If you could look in the car, I looked a mess. I was just going to help her.
Domestic violence is never acceptable.
Agreed.
to any degree. And, you know, it's not the subject of jokes, it's not the subject of anything, except it's a very serious problem that has to be addressed. So, and that's why I asked, was she in imminent danger? When she called you, was the incident going on? Was it?
Yes.
It was.
And he actually texted me and told me to come and get her. So she called me crying, letting me know what's going on, and then I got a text message from him, which is really odd, and I knew that it was an emergency.
Yeah. And when you got there, were you able to help her?
Yes.
You were.
So I brought not only myself, but my girlfriend and my siblings.
You know, Inspector Quinn can attest to this, that domestic violence sometimes are more of a problem than other crimes because they involve the deepest emotions that people can have. They involve love, they involve someone's loss of faith, someone's loss of love, you know, it involves rejection, you know, people get rejected. So whenever affairs of the heart are involved, people do crazy things.
Agreed.
At any rate, that's a long story about, I think you were doing the right thing. I'm going to forgive you going through the red way
Thank you.
on that basis. Sometimes an act like that can save somebody's life, or at least give them some aid and comfort, makes them feel comfortable. They feel more comfortable. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you. Have a good day.